Hey, it's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? I'm back to talk about items that you can get at Best Buy, who are the sponsor of this video. Now, when you walk into a Best Buy, there are a ton of tech items that you probably expect. Everything from laptops to video games to audio products. But as you walk around the store, chances are you'll find a lot of items that you didn't expect to be there. Normally, when I come into a Best Buy, I go straight to the computers or the video games, but there are whole sections where you can find various tools and items that are undoubtedly useful, but might not have come to mind when you think local tech store. It's awesome that all of these things are available in store, because if you do find yourself needing to stock up on certain items or even supplies, you can always just pop into your local Best Buy and find them. That list of, let's say, unexpected items is way bigger when you get over to the Best Buy website. Even just the list of categories alone will show you all of the different things that you could get from them. There are a couple that kind of jump out at me already right now, health and wellness being one of them. So let's take a look at a couple of things here, like in exercise and fitness. Hold on, this isn't even strictly a tech item, but I am familiar with the Gorilla Bow as an upgrade to typical resistance band setups and workouts. I definitely didn't think that this was going to be at Best Buy, but here we are on the website, and it's available for anyone that wants to have a viable home workout solution. And then if you go under home furniture and office, there's a subcategory, luggage, bags, and travel. You can get luggage there. I guess I could put together like a kit for like a travel scenario, right down to the carry-on luggage that will hold everything, which does give me an idea. And sure enough, here it is. This is luggage that Best Buy hooked me up with straight from their catalog, but also everything that is inside of this bag is also in the Best Buy catalog. So why don't we go ahead and talk about this luggage, open it up, and I'll show you all of the items that I fit into this one piece of luggage that you can find at Best Buy. Okay, we have to start off with the carry-on luggage itself. This is the Nomadic 22-inch carry-on. Despite its minimalistic and sleek look, there's actually a ton of space inside of this carry-on luggage. After all, the rest of the items had to fit inside of it. The hard shell will keep things protected, and the wheels are really smooth when going on typical floor or ground surfaces. There's a TSA-compliant lock that is integrated so you can lock it with your personal code. And finally, the handle is nice and sturdy while being really comfortable to hold in order to roll this thing around. Opening up the luggage, you'll get a tease of some of the items we're going to go through in this video, but the first thing you'll notice is how the bag is organized. First off, the large compartment is covered with this flap that includes a couple of zippered pockets. Inside those, we can put in some cables, some charging bricks, anything small enough to slot right in. One thing I really like about this whole flap though is how it opens up in this direction, basically going outside of the bag itself. In other carry-on luggage, the flap usually opens into the other side where it might get in the way. Speaking of that other side, there is another flap that is basically two parts. These straps can be easily tightened to really keep things underneath in place, and then the clasp is magnetic to make it easy to open up. You can open either of the clasps to easily access that half of the section, which is really handy. You might often think of a piece of luggage as just a shell, a receptacle for you to just put things, but Nomadic takes that idea and adds in some real ingenuity so it's more organized, and honestly, it just makes a little more sense out of the act of packing. So, thanks to this bag, we have brought a lot of great items that can be easily packed and brought on a trip. Let's start off with the biggest item in here, basically an entire gym that can fit in your carry-on luggage. This is the maxpro, a cable workout system that I've actually been using for quite some time now. First off, it is quite compact. Compact enough that you can fit it in this included drawstring bag so that you can bring your workouts anywhere. The entire concept of the maxpro is actually pretty simple. The whole thing is a platform that you stand on with your heels, and then the cables on the sides have varying levels of resistance. You then attach these handles and you can do your workout somewhat like you would with a resistance band, only the variable resistance can be easily toggled with these wheels and greatly increased in comparison to other solutions. On either side of the maxpro, you can have up to the equivalent of around 150 pounds of resistance, making this one product capable of replacing an entire set of free weights. The system also comes with door anchors and other accessories so that you can mount the platform in other places so that you can open up the possibilities to workouts like cable rows or pull-up training. Personally, I use the included bar so that I can do the same workouts that I would be doing in the gym, things like squats, overheads, deadlifts, chest workouts. And the maxpro is also smart, so you can connect it to a smartphone via Bluetooth and track things like reps and resistance levels. There's also a lot of workouts in the app for further guidance. I have actually brought the maxpro on a few trips with me and literally packed it in my carry-on for them. That way I would be able to get a workout in regardless of the hotel's fitness center or if I didn't have any access to any gyms, but there are a couple of things to keep in mind. Since there is a battery and a Bluetooth radio in here, the maxpro does have to be carried onto a plane and it cannot be checked in. And because of the nature of the cable system, this is what is called a concentric workout. That means all of the work is being done on the contraction of a muscle and there's no resistance when you're doing the release. In the case of the cable system, all of the resistance is when you're pulling the cable, but there's nothing happening when you are releasing it. Now, some people do wish that they have the resistance during the release of a movement because it can add a little bit more to one's gains, but the maxpro is versatile enough that you can mount the machine anywhere and do suspension training in order to achieve that part of the muscle's workout. Those are called the eccentric movements. But a reason why this is a feature is for safety. The maxpro is great for anyone with disabilities, straight up beginners, or people like me who are just getting back into workouts after a long time out of them. And overall, it's just a great way to bring basically an entire gym with you wherever you want. Recovery is as important as the workout itself, and that's where the Theragun Mini comes in. This is the travel-friendly version of the bigger Theraguns, but all of them are available at Best Buy. But then again, maybe you're not even working out that heavily during a travel scenario or even back at home. Sometimes it's just nice to loosen up tense muscles and get a bit of relaxation. The Theragun Mini is super portable, easy to understand as there's only one button on the side, and you can easily target muscle groups that need attention. For me, the most tense areas are usually my shoulders and neck, so you hit the button, select a comfortable but helpful speed and intensity level, and let the percussive therapy do its work. The TheraBody app can also help make full therapy sessions easy to perform, with guidance on how to target each area and automatic adjustments for the pressure levels. And honestly, even without doing rigorous workouts, this is just a nice and really easy tool to bring around with you whenever you need to unwind. Especially after a workout, you gotta get your nutrients in, and here's one of the best ways to make it happen. And again, this is an item that I've actually been using for quite some time, and I was surprised to find it so easily at Best Buy. This is the BlendJet 2. This personal blender is one of the most powerful available, as the powerful motor and the blades are able to crush ice with ease. It's even got a bit of tech smarts. The USB-C charging is appreciated and pretty quick. This container here actually has sensors so that if it's not screwed on properly, the blades won't even engage, and the BlendJet 2 automatically does 20-second cycles with just one press of a button, so you just press this and let it do its thing. So obviously for things like a protein shake after a workout, you just put your liquids in first, your solids and powders second, hit the button, and it's all done. The best part is that the blend cycle can actually be used to self-clean this thing. Just put water in, a drop of detergent, hit the button, let it clean itself, and then rinse when it's done. Seriously, this is one of those items that literally just works. It also is a great gift that you can give pretty much anyone, and they will surely figure out recipes and drinks that they can make with it on the regular. I had to put in at least one, let's call it typical tech item on here, and honestly when it comes to a travel scenario, I do like to have some sort of speaker on hand to play music or podcasts in the background while in the room or in situations where it just adds to the ambiance. This is the new Sony XE300. It checks all of the boxes that a rugged but versatile Bluetooth speaker would need, right down to being a fully waterproof unit that you can use on the beach, by the pool, or even in the shower. For the purposes of the scenarios I've been presenting in this video, this is great for blasting music or even the audio of the guided workout while using the Max Pro, after which time it just plays music during the cooldown and recovery. In general, it's just nice to have some tunes playing where otherwise it would be totally silent, and with some powerful bass and great audio quality all around. It's also not too big to put into a carry-on. This is the mid-range one of the many Sony speakers that were recently released, all available at Best Buy, but with this middle one you're getting a good balance of sound quality with a larger unit, but also the portability of a smaller speaker. There is a bit of a bonus here. If you are connected to a smartphone, you are able to even take calls with this speaker. So while we're looking at a lot of items that are perhaps tech or tech adjacent, at least when you think of the usual types of tech you can find at Best Buy, many of the items here are still electronic, and they still need to be charged up or powered. With all of that in mind, I'm including the Goal Zero Sherpa Power Bank. This battery is at the height of TSA compliant capacity, but this big battery also has some big features. There's this small screen here that shows you the charge level and the power draw from anything plugged in, and around this screen, as you can see, are all of the different connections that you would want. High-speed USB-C ports, USB-A ports, and even a full-on AC plug so that you can plug in a laptop, or in this case, the Theragun Mini because it has a proprietary charger. The top of the power bank also supports wireless charging, and on the side you can easily hide a couple of short cables so you don't have to worry about forgetting them when you're on the go. Sometimes you just need a really big battery, and this one manages to be not too bulky, and on top of all of that, it's a great backup solution to any products that you might need to charge up, including almost all of the items that are on this list. Alright, let's wind down with some personal care. Whether it's to freshen up during the day or with a nightly routine before bed, you gotta keep your hygiene up. And at Best Buy, they actually have kit bags to keep that all together. Seriously, this Night Ice toiletry bag is available at Best Buy, and it fits our last two items inside of it. The bag has a total seal in this zipper, making it properly waterproof, so you can actually hang this in the shower or even use it to store some things that you want to keep dry in wetter conditions. If you go to Best Buy for some personal care items, they can all be kept organized in toiletry kits like this, this also available from Best Buy. Alright, health and wellness items have been at the forefront of this video, but personal care items are also available, including a smart toothbrush that you might already be familiar with. This right here is the Quip. You might have seen this toothbrush on social media, a battery-powered toothbrush with some trendy looks that vibrates at 30-second intervals. Now, why 30 seconds? Well, proper use of a toothbrush actually means brushing your teeth in quadrants. That means here, 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 and here. Those 30-second vibration cycles that the Quip gives you prompt you to move on to the next quadrant. The Quip does connect to an app so that you can track your brushing sessions and frequency, and there are refills for both the battery that powers it and the brush heads, all of which are available at Best Buy. And finally, some personal grooming. There are plenty of grooming items that you can get at Best Buy, but I will admit this one is kind of a necessity for me. Yes, this is a nose hair trimmer. Panasonic are actually quite legendary for their nose hair trimmers, and this updated design does make it a little bit bigger, but it's just as, if not more, powerful. It's pretty simple. 2 AAA batteries go right into the bottom, the switch goes on, and the top part goes in your nose. I haven't gotten any comments on my nose hair since using Panasonic's nose hair trimmers for many years now, and this new one is even better. Besides, I feel like I can breathe a little bit easier whenever I do it. And so there you have it, a look at a bunch of items that you might not have realized you can get at Best Buy. Personally, I'm a huge fan of especially the maxpro and the BlendJet 2, and fine, the nose hair trimmer too. And I highly recommend you get them from Best Buy if you're interested in checking them out for yourself. I have links to all of the items we talked about in this video in the description and in the pinned comment below. Once again, I want to give Best Buy a big thanks for sponsoring this video and for letting me check out all of these items and to share them with all of you. With all of that said though, I'm going to go ahead and call it on this one. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and enjoy your tea, everybody.